Grand Theft Auto V made one thing very clear through its trailers. Rockstar isn't just making another sequel. They're redefining what a next-generation open-world game can be. The first trailer focuses heavily on world building and atmosphere. We're introduced to a modern version of Vice City, inspired by present day Florida, place filled with social media chaos, viral videos, street crime, wild parties, and over-the-top American culture. From crowded beaches and nightclubs to police chases and bizarre public moments. Rockstar shows a world that feels far more alive and reactive than anything we saw in GTA V. This trailer also introduces Lucia, the first playable female protagonist in the main GTA series. The tone is noticeably darker and more grounded, highlighting themes like crime, poverty, violence, and modern American society, suggesting a more socially aware and mature story. The later trailer shifts its focus from the city itself to the characters and their relationship. Here, Lucia and the male protagonist are presented as a criminal couple clearly inspired by the classic Bonnie and Clyde dynamic through small interactions, dialogue, and shared moments. Rockstar emphasizes that GTA V isn't just about crime, it's about trust, survival, and the choices these characters make together on a technical level. Every trailer sends the same message. Insane attention to detail, facial animations, lighting, body physics, environmental density, and NPC behavior all suggest that GTA V could become the most realistic open world ever created in the video game. Overall, the GTA V trailers make one thing clear. This isn't just the next GTA. It's a massive story-driven experience, aiming to redefine open-world games, bring Vice City back in a modern form, and push the entire industry forward. Resident Evil Requiem is the newest main entry in the Resident Evil series and easily one of Capcom's darkest projects to date. From the very first seconds of the latest trailer, the game sets the tone with heavy silence, unsettling music, and an atmosphere that makes one thing clear this time. We're getting a much darker and more serious Resident Evil. At the center of the story is a new character, Grace Ashcroft, an FBI analyst sent to investigate a mysterious case in an abandoned location. In the trailer, Grace is shown as alone, vulnerable, and constantly under pressure, tight camera angles, dark hallways. Distant noises and unseen threats all point toward a strong focus on psychological horror. These moments strongly resemble the fear-driven design of Resident Evil 2 Remake and Resident Evil 7, where survival matters more than combat. With the return of Leon S. Kennedy, the trailer becomes faster and more aggressive. We see direct combat, weapons, and confident movement showing a character who's already lived through countless nightmares. Capcom is clearly blending two styles here, pure survival horror with grace and controlled, intense action with Leon. One of the biggest highlights of the trailer is the atmosphere. The lighting, environmental detail, facial animations, and sound design all work together to create constant tension. Powered by the re-engine, the game feels highly cinematic while still staying true to its horror roots. The title Requiem perfectly matches the tone of what we see. It feels like a mourning for the tragedies of Resident Evil's past while also marking the beginning of a new chapter for the franchise. Overall, the trailer makes one thing very clear. Resident Evil Requiem isn't just another sequel. It's a redefinition of survival horror, aiming to balance fear, action, and storytelling in a way that appeals to both longtime fans and a new generation of players. Intergalactic, the Heretic Prophet, developed by the legendary studio Naughty Dog. This is a third-person sci-fi action-adventure game, and it's Naughty Dog's first completely new IP after years of working on Uncharted and The Last of Us. So we're stepping into a brand new universe. With a bold and ambitious story, the game is set in the far future where humanity has been traveling between galaxies for a very long time. You play as Jordan Amon, a professional bounty hunter who travels to a mysterious planet called Semperia while chasing a dangerous criminal group. Here's the scary part. Semperia has been cut off from the rest of the galaxy for over 600 years and no one has ever managed to escape it. Jordan now has to survive, uncover the planet's secrets, and possibly become the first person to ever leave its orbit. According to Naughty Dog, this game isn't just about action. The story is described as deep and philosophical, exploring themes like faith, religion, truth, and meaning, concepts we rarely see handled seriously in sci-fi games. Visually, the game has a cinematic sci-fi atmosphere, blending advanced technology with a slightly retro, nostalgic vibe. The soundtrack is composed by Trent Reznor and Atticus Ross, which means we can expect a dark, emotional, and powerful musical experience. There's no official release date yet, but it's clear that this is a massive and long-term project, and we're probably still a few years away from launch. Overall, Intergalactic looks like a unique, story-driven experience. A game that people won't just talk about for its graphics or gameplay, but for its ideas, themes, and narrative depth. Marvel's Wolverine is shaping up to be one of the most ambitious and mature superhero games ever made. Developed by Insomniac Games, the studio behind the critically acclaimed Marvel Spider-Man series, the game is confirmed as a PlayStation 5 exclusive. Exciting, unlike Insomniac's previous superhero titles, Marvel's Wolverine takes a much darker direction. This is a grounded, brutal, and emotionally heavy interpretation of Logan, a character defined not by heroism, but by pain, rage, and survival. From the reveal trailer, it's clear that this game is designed for a more mature audience, embracing the violence and emotional weight that define Wolverine's identity. The narrative is expected to be deeply personal and character-focused. Logan is portrayed as a man haunted by his past, struggling to control his animal instincts while searching for meaning and redemption. Insomniac has emphasized that this is not just a story about combat. It's about inner conflict, restraint, and the cost of violence. Gameplay will focus on third-person close-quarters combat, setting it apart from the fast acrobatic style of Spider-Man. Wolverine's fights are direct, aggressive, and visceral. His adamantium claws, feral movement, and iconic healing factor are core mechanics, allowing players to push forward through damage while maintaining constant pressure on enemies. Rather than a fully open city, the game is expected to feature tightly designed, semi-open environments, prioritizing atmosphere, tension, and storytelling, powered by Insomniac's proprietary engine and the capabilities of the PS5. The game aims to deliver cinematic visuals, realistic animations, and impactful, weighty combat. Tomb Raider: Catalyst Sid is a modern reimagining of Father Lara Croft's origin story designed to retell the beginning of her journey in a more cinematic and emotionally grounded way. The game follows a younger, more vulnerable Lara as she struggles to survive in a dangerous and mysterious environment, uncovering ancient secrets that push her far beyond her limits. Rather than presenting Lara as a fully formed hero, Catalyst T focuses on Thuvit. She becomes Lara Croft T, emphasizing growth, resilience, and inner strength. Gameplay blends Thuvit action, exploration, survival, and environmental puzzles, staying true to classic Tomb Raider while modernizing movement, combat, and traversal. Players will explore ancient tombs, avoid deadly traps, and engage in intense combat, all within tightly designed atmospheric environments. Built with next-generation technology, the game features detailed visuals, cinematic presentation, and immersive world design that bring danger and discovery to life. Overall, Tomb Raider Catalyst 2 aims to be a wide-rounded, character-driven reinvention of the franchise,